Okay. Hello, everybody. I feel as if Liana has just handballed me something. Johnny, be impressed. And as I actually bought my house in Port Melbourne, in Griffin Crescent, in 1993. And before that, all I knew about Port Melbourne was the treat of going on the punt and coming by those grey buildings, grey houses along Williamstown Road. So I would like to say that I actually moved into Port Melbourne at the beginning of '94. And I'd like to show one photo now that I'm holding up. You may see that I'm still wearing red. Thank you, Jack. And I'm standing between, you may guess where I am.
I'm here.
Between my two neighbours, Bill Robertson and
Oh, Suzy, something's gone wrong with your audio. We're having trouble hearing you. Oh, we're just having trouble hearing you when you had your picture up. Sorry. Yeah. That's much better. Yeah.
Oh, was I in front of it or something?
Yes. Yeah.
There's the photo. Now, and put it on the side.
Yeah.
My neighbours, when I moved in January into my house, my neighbour Bill Robertson immediately made me feel at home and was looking after my house, you know, while I had to go to work or something. Immediately, everything about it was just so nice and so pleasant. And then I met her cousin, Beryl Rigby. And shortly after that, I met somebody else quite famous to Port Melbourne. Being very sensible, I went on a walk. And it wasn't Janet who took them then. Of course, it was Pat Granger. Hello, Pat. And I was very enthusiastic. And of course, Pat told me about the Historical Society. And she invited me, come along, join. So as a very, very new chum to Port Melbourne, I joined the Historical Society. And I dried up cups and saucers with Lorraine Hall and Heather Whale. I chin-wagged with Terry Keenan, and I met Perce White and the brides, and I couldn't believe it. And I heard this very important gentleman down the front being concerned at one of the meetings, and I found out later that was the famous Tom Hills. So I think I came to Port Melbourne at a very interesting time. But what my real punchline is that in June, because of the amalgamation, of course, Liana, there was a wonderful photograph taken by John Kirby. And at this point, I'll just show you one more photo because, oh no, thank you. Gary has got this organised.
I was too sorry.
The photo. And Pat said we all had to go down and be part of this, the wake photo of Port Melbourne. Do you all remember? I hope you do. And I'm in the red with my neighbours right in the middle. And Margaret and Graham Bryder in the back, and I'm sure you can find yourselves. But the point was, I felt a real fraud. I thought, I can't go and be part of this photo. So I dragged my neighbours, born and bred in Port Melbourne. Unfortunately, I didn't go for Pam and John Snowden next door, who I should have dragged down as well. And I am very glad that I took part in that, because I've got a lovely photo of the two Beryls and Perce, and I think that was the beginning of me feeling, well, I felt part of Port Melbourne straight away, but it's 26 years. And I think it was quite wonderful that I went on that walk with Pat and that I could become part of this, our wonderful society. And I'm sure there are lots of members in there. I'm only sorry you can't enlarge it and see yourselves, but Margaret and Graham are at the back, and I'm sure you can. And I think it was a great treat to be part of that photo. And look, we're all standing close together, and how wonderful it is. And I'm going to suggest, Sue, that we have another photo taken sometime. Oh, that's great. I hope people can see themselves, but it was incredible because I actually joined at that incredible time. And I think the society is one of the very good things that's come out of this. Margaret and Graham, right at the back.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So that's all I've got to say. I'm glad that I was there at that event. So Liana, I think that wasn't a bad handover. I thought you might actually say it was. John Kirby told me it's called the Wake photograph, and I thought he was up in the sky, but he said he was only on a big ladder about the level of the power lines. So that's me, Sue.
Yeah.
And everyone, lovely to think everybody was there, part of that.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Suzy. That's wonderful. And I love the photo. I think you're right. We should maybe try to reenact it perhaps one day.
Well, I think it was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody was very happy to be part of it. That's the other photo with Perth in it. If you could just see. No, it's very good. But I thought it was great. I'm pleased to have the photos.
Yeah, thank you. So we'll open to questions or comments from people. You need to put your hand up.
Janet.
I was just wondering, Sue, whether we could have a bit of a show of hands of people who were there at the wake.
Now, yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
Gary will be the only one who can see.
If you click on participants on your little screen, you can see that. So we've got 8 so far, still going. Oh, now, well, we're back down to 6 now. We had 8. That looks.
There's all age groups in the photo. That's the other nice thing.
Yes.
I think, which is lovely. There'll be little children in there. There's a baby.
Yes.
One day is going to be told, look, you're in that photo.
So we've got David Thompson, Kay Rowan, John May, Jill Dawson, Margaret Bride, Veris Campbell, and yeah, and Janet. Yep. So that's at least eight people from the current society that attended.
Yeah. Well, Liana said she was there in the front.
There was the whale. Yeah.
Pat's back left, says David. Anyone else?
No more.
No, that looks like they're all overwhelmed. George says he likes the apron in the background there, Suzy.
It's actually my bag.
Oh, it's the bag.
Yeah, it's the bag, and I've got the other bag, my favourite photo. I was going to decorate all around because, you know, that's the one, that bag. George may know about that. I think that's the Bay Street flood, and I think it was the Bay Street people who put that out. Perhaps.
Hmm.
Yes, but that's my very old bag.
I wonder what happened to all the other ones. Have we no more bags? We've got no more bags like that.
I don't know. I've got a countless number of T-shirts that I seem to buy at the time with various related Port Melbourne logo, but I thought it was too cold to pop on one of the T-shirts.
Yeah, yeah. Oh well, thank you very much.
Port Melbourne Business Association bag, that one. I thought it was, George. Yes.
Okay.
Great. We've got one of these in the collection, of course.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you very much, Suzy. That was
Thank you, Sue.
great.